Shane Lermont from S8CTV today. I'm very lucky to be joined as always by Sahni. Dev, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, all the better for seeing you. I know we've got a big Scotland fight week when I rock up and I see you. So good to see you, mate.
I appreciate that, Dev, thank you. So yeah, obviously we're here Nathaniel Collins versus Lorente, number 2. First fight, unbelievable, 12 rounds of action 6 months ago now. 6th round of the year contender. Yeah, sort of reflecting on that fight, what did you sort of make of it as a whole, reflecting on it?
Well, I guess, I mean, for the fans it was fantastic. For Nathaniel Collins, it kind of turned into a war that it didn't need to be. He was in control of the fight, he was winning the fight. He saw an opportunity to end the fight, he couldn't end the fight, and he let Lorente back into the fight. That's kind of the story of the fight. And now we're at a point where Lorente says it's going to be round 13, which means in his head he's continuing his momentum that he had towards the end of the fight. And Collins is like, no, this will be round number 1. Whole new fight where he's going to be disciplined, where he's not going to get drawn into something he doesn't need to. He feels like he's better than him in every department. And the best Nathaniel Collins, with discipline, should get the job done.
You see sort of from fights that you've sort of done in the past, what sort of difference do you see in fighters from the first fight to the second fight, sort of from your experience?
What rematches have we had recently? I mean, the top rematches that I can think of in my head from recent years is Fury-Wilder. They were the ones that stood out to me. I mean, you saw how different Tyson Fury was in the first fight. Completely changed his tactics, essentially. The first fight, he boxed on the back foot. Second fight, he boxed on the front foot because he collected data from the first fight, or the final round of the first fight, which told him how he needs to box to beat Deontay Wilder, and he did that. So Nathaniel Collins has likely picked up some information from the first fight which tells him, let me just do that and I'll win.
Just really quickly, on the undercard, Aston versus Sam Gilley. What a fight that is. You know, a bit of a surprise when it was announced for first. Sam Gilley obviously moving up to middleweight. Just what do you sort of make of that fight? Brilliant fight.
I love that fight. It's, I was saying it to someone earlier, it's the sort of fight where when you see it get made, when you see the poster, when you see the faces, you just start going, ooh, I like that. And that's the feeling it gave me. It made me make some stupid noises, but I really like it. I like the idea of Aston Brown right now. I know he's 35 years old, but he feels like it's just the start because his path has been horrendous to this point. But he's changed his whole life around, turned everything around. He's got hold of himself and he's got momentum. But Sam Gilley is a whole different ballgame to what Aston Brown's been in against. He's won belts at welterweight, won belts at super welterweight. His intention is to win belts now at middleweight. And there's been a lot of talk about deep water because Aston Brown as a pro's not been beyond 6 rounds. Sam Gilley has. Sam Gilley's been there, done it, he's got the t-shirt and he knows what he's doing. There's a lot of questions going into it and that's what we like. It's such a well-matched, brilliant fight.
Aston Smith versus Conor McIntosh. Another brilliant fight for the British and Commonwealth super featherweight titles. What do you sort of make of that fight?
I love fights where there are inbuilt stories, and the stories leading into this from each fighter couldn't be more different. Royston Barney-Smith turned over at 18 after becoming European amateur champion, multiple national amateur titles. He had fanfare, he was a golden boy, signed up by Frank Warren, signed up by Queensbury, he was on BT Sport back then, now on DAZN, a leading light coming through in Queensbury. And then you've got Conor McIntosh, who hasn't had an easy path at all. That's not Royston Barney-Smith's fault, by the way, he's done everything asked of him. But Conor McIntosh is a full-time dad, works a job, he's been doing the school run this week, and his dream is to become the British champion. Royston Barney-Smith's dream is to become a multi-weight, multi-time world champion. I just love that. I love the various paths, and hopefully it leads to a good fight.
Dylan Arbuckle versus Nico Levers. Dylan Arbuckle obviously up here, won the Scottish and Celtic titles. Sort of been spoke about, but this is sort of his breakout fight. Nico Levers, obviously really good opponent. He's been quite unlucky with activity recently. Yeah, what do you sort of make of that fight?
Yeah, I think the activity thing is, it might be overplayed because Nico has kept himself fit, kept himself in the gym, essentially been in camps, and you know he's been helping Mick Conlan ahead of Mick Conlan's last fight. He's had Dalton Smith around him. I think he went out to see Dalton Smith become world champion, which give the whole gym a bit of a lift. So I think he's actually in a good place. And that might be a bit of a secret weapon that if there's any underestimating him based on his activity. I think with Dylan Arbuckle, a bit of home advantage, a bit of momentum, unbeaten. Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can carry it through.
Obviously on the card, stacked from top to bottom with Scottish talent and obviously John Joe Carrigan as well. Just really quickly, obviously Macklin Arthur turning professional, sharing the bill with his brother Alex. How much do you sort of know about Macklin? Obviously turning pro, 19 years of age, turning pro debut on Saturday. How much do you know of him?
Look, I've heard great things. Even when Alex Arthur Jr. was making his pro debut almost a year ago, and we had him and his dad on the stream, and his dad said, "I've got another one, by the way, Dev. I've got another one. Don't worry about that." And he was talking about Macklin, who's now 19 years old. He's done plenty as an amateur, highly touted, and he's the one who. It seems like he had it in him from early doors. He's always wanted to be a boxer, and I think he told a great story up there, much to Alex Arthur Jr.'s dismay about what happened when their dad kind of tested them as youngsters. It's very amusing, as is Andrew McCart, the main man. That's when you know you're in Scotland. No, come on, no, stop, come on.
How come Jamie Ward wins an award for? How come you're not even? Like, can I just put this out there?
Go for it.
This guy should be up for an award as well.
Oh,
Very talented. So any of those organisers, or do you know who it was?
SJ8. Look,
SJ. There's Sahni. I'll leave it at that. Steph, I'll leave it at that because you're the man.
I appreciate that. That's very kind.
By the way, Jamie Ward, so are you, by the way. You're the man too.
I'm saying that Jamie Ward deserves the award, so no doubt about that at all. But great to see Andrew McCart in town. Such a lovely man, and that's when you know you've got big time boxing in Scotland.
Definitely. Sort of just the rest of the card, obviously Drew Limond, Alex Arthur, John Joe Carrigan, like I say, Rhys Lynch as well, a lot of Scottish talent, a lot of talent. What do you sort of make of the undercard? It's brilliant. Huh?
I love it. I love, big fan of Rhys Lynch. I like the Josh Taylor comparisons that he's going to be getting throughout his career. I like the way Drew Limond is handling his business. I like that he's cut his hair. No disrespect, you've got sort of his old haircut. Essentially, maybe you'll buzz cut it up one day. I don't know, up to you. But he's done that. And he's, training with Nathaniel Collins now as well. And I like that he's being brought along. And you can just see the talent everywhere. It's exciting.
Definitely. Just sort of a quick word on obviously boxing up here in Scotland. We obviously know how important it is. I remember round about this time last year speaking to you. Obviously about the shows up here. We had that with Josh Taylor. Obviously now it's Nathaniel Collins. Just how important do you think shows are up here for obviously the talent on the undercard and obviously the main card as well?
Well, I think. When we brought it back here in terms of Queensbury last year, Josh Taylor against Echo Esserman, you can see the kind of intention. Alex Arthur Jr. was on there. Nathaniel Collins was on there against Lee McGregor. Kind of a career-defining fight at that point. Turned into for Nathaniel Collins, two Scottish guys in a derby. The winner was going to have all of that crowd moving forward, and we've built from that. So Collins has now, since Josh Taylor's retired, he's sort of become the man, and you can build shows around him clearly like they're doing here. So I think it's important. I think Queensbury are playing it very, very well in terms of how they're positioning their fighters and who they're bringing through, and I think it's a good time. Scottish boxing is thriving.
Definitely. Last one for me, Dave. You got anything you want to say just whilst we're here? Anything you want to promote? Yeah, go for it.
Follow my YouTube.
I've seen your YouTube, Dave.
I've set up a YouTube, right? I'm slowly getting there. I know it's going to take a lot of graft. I need to build momentum, but I need to be consistent with it. But I'm trying. Give it a follow. If you like me, even if you don't, still follow. You can leave little hateful comments and stuff. That's fine as well.